Starting my walk today from Richmond Bridge. I'm going to walk in a westerly direction on the south side of the river. Gauchos here. They have these little trucks to take their customers. Richmond Bridge in the distance. Looking along river. This heron is a bit tame. He's sitting here by the side of the path with people walking along. The puppet theatre. The boat makes its way along the river here in the direction of Petersham. Petersham Lodge Woods. Petersham and Ham Sea Scouts. Sea Scouts Field. I've walked from Richmond, walking towards Kingston along the Thames Path. It's low water now, but this indicates where the tide has been up to during the last high water. It's the north side of the river. More confirmation at the time on the right track, and over there is Hampton's Ferry. A peaceful scene down by the river here near Petersham. The White Swan across the river, and that is the end of Eel Pie Island. Thames Path has a more rural setting here. On Eel Pie Island is Richmond Yacht Club. Looking across the river to the Eel Island Sand Marting project. What appears to be a boat yard. I see a sign saying Newman's there. It's the entrance to Hamlands, a local nature reserve. This is the inlet to Thames Young Mariners. This facility has been provided with assistance from the Lottery Sports Fund. This is Hamlands South Nature Reserve. This marks the Thames Conservancy limit 1900. Steddington Lock, which is a huge long lock. And this is where the Thames ceases to become tidal. So it's tidal to my right, and then to the left the water is controlled by lock gates. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, so I can go across here. Walking across the head gates at Steddington Lock.
It's Elliot.
This is Elliot, and he is about to open the lock gates. Here we go. So the lock gates are opening. new Southern Belle makes its way through the lock, out of the lock gate and towards Kingston. I can go along the Thames Path to my right, continuing on the south bank. This is the weir at Teddington. All the way along here, water runs over. At Teddington, those gates across there control the water coming upstream, and the whole system prevents the salt water getting into the rest of the river, which is fresh water. Looking back towards the sluice gates at Teddington and the long river towards Kingston. Thames Path continues along here. I'm seeing houses on the left as I approach the outskirts of Kingston. A small road runs alongside the river on the approaches to Kingston here. I don't know if you can see out over the river, Twickenham Sea Cadet Corps. And across the river, that building has a sign which says Small Boat Club. Looking back to the railway bridge and looking on to Kingston on Thames Road Bridge. Thames Path, way to my right, towards the bridge. Kingston Bridge. I've now got to go up onto the bridge. I walked underneath Kingston Bridge, so now I've got to go up this little path onto the bridge, across the bridge. Walked up the little path, and there's the indication that Thames Path continues over the bridge. Kingston Bridge widened and strengthened 2001. Along Barge Walk. Barge Walk. Pedestrians have priority along Barge Walk. So looking across the river to the built up part of Kingston upon Thames. The Wessex Rose Hotel boat. Looks as if that lady is just booking in. Looking back towards Kingston Bridge, across the river to the built up area, Barge Walk. Some work going on the south side of the river. I wonder what they're doing. This is a nice looking property on the other side of Barge Walk, Hanover. More work being carried out across on the southern side of the river. Ravens 8 Island. Thames Sailing Club, and further to the right is Hart's Boatyard. Barges, I suppose, moored on the river here. The side of Barge Walk. That boat looks as though it's seen better days. Quite a high wall across the river there. They look quite impressive residences across the river. Past this line of trees is a golf course in Hampton Park. Is that part of the Hampton Court complex? That presumably is the wall which marks the extreme of Hampton Court Park. I wonder how long that tree has been dead. An island there. Looking over the wall into Hampton Court Park. These are the rather imposing gates to Hampton Court. And that is Hampton Court Palace, I suppose, in the background. The gates and Hampton Court Palace. This is another part of the Hampton Court Palace complex. Hampton Bridge. The many chimneys of Hampton Court. It's now gone 6 o'clock on the 21st of September. The sun is sinking in the west, and there is Hampton Bridge. Part of Hampton Court Palace. Looking back downriver towards Richmond. The Mute Swan. That looks like a nice place to have a pint of shandy. It is a nice place to have a pint of bitter shandy. Very nice.